It's fun to watch a politician, not to put too fine a point of it, not put too fine a point on it, rather.
Mm.
It's fun to watch a politician say they dropped a bollock. Even more so when it's a German politician. Sounds like the intro of one of the podcasts we did recently, last week. Only now, the bad decision made without looking at the consequences was admitted over the weekend by Chancellor Merz. There seems to be a common trait of German chancellors uh, of making really bad decisions. Right? So you remember when Angela Merkel invited the whole of northern and sub-Saharan Africa to a nation,
Mm.
only to realize a few years later that there was a lot of people in that continent, and quite a lot of them took her up on her offer. And so now Germany is creaking under the strain of an added 15% of its population almost overnight. And all that she could say was, whoops, I think I let in too many. That's just before she resigned her post.
Oh, well, yes.
You know.
Yes.
Uh, and only last year, Friedrich Merz, he took over from Olaf Scholz,
Yeah.
this Scholz made a very bad decision of barring Russian gas from being imported into his country in protest to the conflict in Ukraine, a non-EU and a non-NATO member. In other words, nothing to do with Germany at all.
Mm. Yeah.
And the consequences? Well, Merz said to the ZDF, a German TV channel,
Yeah.
on Sunday, trying to distance himself from the Scholz decision. He said that Germany is in a very different circumstance. The Ukraine conflict, the challenge put forward by China, and yes, the ongoing energy crisis due to the lack of Russian gas. Now, Merz has been in office for almost 2 years,
Right, yes.
and he hasn't altered the German stance
Mm.
on the part about the gas. You know,
Well, he can't, can he? Well, yeah, okay.
well, he's a chancellor.
No, no, I'd explain why I didn't
Yes,
mean. Yeah,
yes, he
yeah, yeah,
can.
yeah. Well,
You know,
yeah.
but anyway, fuel prices are going up once again in Germany. Diesel jumped 6.7 cents of a euro to €2 30 a litre. That's like 10 reais in here in Brazil.
Killing. Yeah, kill us. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes.
Before Germany decided to play silly buggers, Russia supplied 55% of gas to keep the Deutsche Vaterland home fires burning,
Mm.
but now has to import more expensive fuel from other sources. Despite this pressure, our friend Ursula von der Leyen, she said, never again to Russia gas, even if it means physical shortages or power cuts. Ursula thinking about the welfare of the ordinary German folk again, you know, because
Yeah.
she won't suffer
No,
with
no,
power
no,
cuts
no, no, no,
and shortage of diesel.
no, no.
Smart lady, said no one.
Yes.
Also on Sunday, Merz told Der Spiegel, a newspaper in Germany,
Yeah.
that the era of Germany's prosperity is over, and that keeping the current high standard of living there would need to be some very painful changes. He said that Germans have not yet grasped the global shifts reshaping the country. The common man, he's put it on the shoulders of the common man that they haven't understood that
Mm.
there's other things happening in the world. Really, it's never his fault, of course. The economy shrank in 2023 and 2024.
Mm.
That's not been seen in 20 years. Two back-to-back
Mm.
shrinking economy.
Yes.
and grew a measly 0.05% last year. Now that's depression talk. If that would have been here in Brazil or in Argentina or anywhere else that wasn't in Europe, they would say that is a depression.
Yeah.
Two consecutive years of shrinking growth, and only this in the once again, Merz hasn't done anything about it, right?
Yeah.
As we said in another podcast, VW is to lay off 100,000 workers.
Mhm.
But at least Merz has learned the error of his ways. Or has he?
Of course he hasn't. But he has, he has. Yeah, okay. When I say he can't bring in Russian gas again, yeah, he can get on the phone to somebody in Russia and say, "Can you start supplying me gas?" And yeah, there'll be, whilst I'm supplying your adversaries in Ukraine with weapons, he's in a very awkward position. Yeah. And then it would be a case of he'd be buying the Russian gas to allow the Russian the money for the Russian special operation in Ukraine. Yeah. Politically, he's in a very, very difficult position. That's not sympathy for him. I'm just saying politically, they are in a very, very powerful, a very, very problematical situation. He's either got to declare the non-interest now in Ukraine to get the to get the gas, really, yeah, and or as the other option he's going now, we're going to be hitting some hard time, you German citizens.
It's all your fault. It's German
yeah,
citizens.
you want a too high standard of living, yeah. You actually want food and heat and everything else. So how dare you?
I mean, poor old survival Lily. She can't even afford to buy a newer second-hand car.
Is she German? Is she German Austrian?
It's Austrian. She's Austrian, but it's all
it's
flour from the same sack.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Well, I mean, it's. I'm laughing. I feel very sorry for the average German on the street, who's having to deal with this mess. Yeah, it's always incredible with particularly German politicians, and they have a history of this. You know, it's worth the French people doing that. It's I'll put my hands up to it now. You know, we are where we are. We're all in it together now. You know, you've got to understand people. I seem to remember the last time that happened in Germany. Somebody took over who gave some Germans some supposedly self-respect, and
yeah, but that's when Germany had an abundance of gas.
Yeah. No, it's even what you're saying. It's even a worse position now. Yeah. It is is in a very awkward situation. Okay, let's be honest. As an individual, inherited it. I'm afraid you choose to be the leader of your country, you're going to inherit problems. You can't keep blaming and blaming. I mean, yeah, we've just had one who's just standing on the doorsteps of his new house, saying he's going to lead us, and that the mistakes were made in the 1980s, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah. Well, he should do. He should do what? Take a leaf out of Andy Burnham's book.
Yeah.
On his first day in office, Andy Burnham changed all his soldiers.
Yeah.
Right, and today he's announced that he's giving people money back for the fuel costs, for the fuel bills.
Yeah.
Of 86 pence a week. So, you know, he seems to be, you know, a success there.
Yeah, the funding is he's cutting other initiatives that nobody wanted anyway. I mean, okay, I'm just talking
on
briefly about,
on
and yeah,
on talk radio
yeah,
this morning.
yeah,
They said, that one of the questions that was brought up was, what are you going to do with your 86 pence a week? And people were phoning in
yeah,
saying, I'd buy some blackjacks from the shops, or
yeah, 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 yeah.
off the
Thanks for
penny
that.
tray and things like that.
Yeah,
And I thought, yeah, well, I'd do it if I had 86 pence. Is I'd just, chip in another £100,000 and buy a house.
yeah. Well, okay, all right. No, I mean, okay, we're getting away. Well, it's the same issue, really. It it
It is,
it
it is.
it is an administration that has tried to follow the same policies across Europe. We're all Europeans together. We are the united people. France as well, Germany. Who else? Not wasn't Italy. Who else was involved in it? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, it all kept changing. I can't keep up with it now. But was it the Confederation of the Willing or something? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that, funnily enough, today,
yeah.
the Czech the Czech Prime Minister, uh, he said that this coalition of the willing
Yeah.
has done F all for Ukraine. He
Yeah.
said it's just flapping gums.
Well,
They just said what they were going to do, but they didn't do it.
pretty much. Yeah. Business as normal in recent politics. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, okay. I'm gonna look at the just briefly with the Andy Burnham thing. I never wish failure on any leader anywhere in the world because it affects ordinary people, and this is case in point in Germany. Um, I'm gonna say on the podcast. I hope that against my expectations that Andy Burnham is successful in rectifying the problems in the UK. Yeah, that's all I say, because obviously I don't want the UK to fail, and I hope he's successful in whatever plans he intends to initiate. Um, I hope to be pleasantly surprised. Let's put it that way. Okay.
I think you're being beguiled by his
No, no,
his
no, no, no.
ever so pretty eyes,
Look, I no, no, look,
and his enigmatic smile.
no. I just don't. I just wish him success in what he's doing, whatever it is, because I want to see a successful turnaround and fortunes of the UK drastically alter.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd say it needs. I just want him to get his finger out.
well, this is all I'm saying. Yes, he needs, and that's it. I wish him success in doing it. Yeah, but that's the UK. We're talking about Germany here. I mean, again, I don't wish to see anyone in anywhere in the world suffer at all. Um, I don't think globalization is a success. I still believe in nation states and successful nation states, and that doesn't mean if one state is successful, another one needs suffer greatly. Okay, it's competitiveness, but I believe in honest competition, but I also believe in um, yeah, nation states, people being able to want the best for their country, and not the recent politicians who seem to want this. I wouldn't even call it globalization, globalist view. We've got this Eurocentric idea of a federal Europe, which is failing the citizens and benefiting the few elites, really.
That's right. Which is why they won't disband it.
Yeah, and again, this is case in point. And okay, he's gone on and he wants to his legacy of the honest politician who admitted it all. And yeah, what you're going to do about it, matey? You're now telling the people you haven't got a plan. You're just going to let them suffer.
Yeah,
And
trying to put the blame on them. Remember a couple of weeks ago, and I said that he said in his speech that the German aren't working hard enough.
yeah,
They need to produce more.
well, I
When
mean,
really the companies are have been screaming blue murder
mm,
that their energy prices are going through the roof and they just can't keep on.
well, this is the problem we've got with our current crop of leaders, politicians.
Unless of course he wants to do the Chinese model.
Well, I think inevitably that's what they're all looking at, and that they stay in power, and the population becomes subservient to anything that they're told to do and be. Yeah.
Make the workers in the factories earn pennies to the pound.
Just about survive. Yeah. you will have nothing and be happy. Yeah, it's and again it's benefiting the elites. I mean, it's Napoleon the pig in Animal Farm in essence. Yeah. I know I keep referring to it, but that book is one of the most powerful books ever written, in my opinion. If you want human nature, I mean, there's a few other books I'd recommend, or people to study. It is a I feel very sorry for the German people, and whom I've worked with, and I can tell you that okay, Germans have a way of operating. They can appear, inverted commas, arrogant at times. They like to achieve. I do not think that the average German worker is lazy by any short. They have some shortcomings and some things I disagree with, but they want to achieve. They will listen if somebody comes up with a good idea. Okay, we can have jokes about things, yeah, but they have been badly let down by their politicians. It's ironic when somebody told me, or when somebody said about the Berlin Wall falling, I said, well, they should put it straight back up because Germany's not ready for it yet.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember where the politicians that made the bad decisions from, which side of the wall they came from. Yeah. I knew people many years ago, even young people, who were not a supporter of the politician who let in all the people. I've just forgotten the name. Angela Merkel. Merkel, yeah. Even young
Angela
people.
Merkel, is she not East German?
Yeah, that's it. She came from East Germany. That's the point I'm making. Yeah, it was all this new world, happy days. I knew people from West Germany who were not happy about it at all, who could see this disaster happening, even younger people. And there were people in Germany protesting about her. Yeah, okay, she swept along and she was a populist. Let's be honest. Yeah.
She was heavily socialist, so.
Well, yeah, whatever label you want to put on it. Yeah. Yeah, so she had her training about inclusion and everything else.
East Germany. She was from East Germany, so her politic would have been East German since she was born.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Communist. Well, I mean, okay. But everyone bought it. Remembering at the time when it was all happening, the evil Russian Empire's falling, which wasn't, yeah, happy days, and a bit of sympathy voting probably going on as well.
Before the wall came down, it was four East German Deutschmarks to one West German Deutschmark. And when she brought the wall down, they said now it's a parity 1-to-1. So East Germans, they would get they'd get 4 West German Deutschmarks for their 4 East German Deutschmarks. Many people became very, very rich.
Yeah. Yes.
And who put the bill? The West Germans did.
Yeah. And now, potentially, the European Union, possibly, all for one and one for all, almost. Yeah. I mean, okay, we're focusing on Germany. The same situation is going to spread across Europe. I mean,
well, it's already happened in Greece.
Yeah.
In Greece went bankrupt and wasn't allowed to come out of the euro. Didn't want to go into the euro. Wasn't allowed to come out of the euro.
Yeah.
And basically, it became corrupt. It became bankrupt.
Well, they originally cooked the books to get the Greece into the euro, because yeah, I mean, I dare I say it, I believe that the European Union, in essence, is a corrupt organisation.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
well, you know, I know it's revelations and all that. You know, I
Let's
just,
put it this. Let's put it this way, people. Mark is smelling a rat.
yeah. Well, my innocent eyes have been, yeah, opened. I've put the wrong pair of glasses on, you know, today. You know, I'm seeing everything as it really is. Yeah, I mean, two revelations. I've wished Andy Burnham all of his success, and I've, you know, just said the EU is corrupt. Yeah, cool. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'll be quite honest. I mean, okay, okay. I can't. In all honesty, and okay, I'm not some great economist or anything, but I cannot see an easy way out. I mean, I agree with what the Chancellor has said. There's no easy way out of this mess.
If
Um,
you if you asked all the nations in the EU if they want to go back to their own currencies, all of them, I'm sure, would say yes.
but
About time.
I've heard Italians talk about it. I've heard
Yeah.
um,
Spanish.
French.
Yep.
I think a majority of the French population would grab it tomorrow. Um,
Hungary wouldn't take on the euro. I
yeah,
think
well,
Poland. I don't know if Poland's in the EU, but anyway, they're still one there's Lottie.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and don't forget the UK, despite everything else, we really, really didn't. Even though you had a very, very Eurocentric administration at one point, didn't want to take up the euro. They
Yeah,
they they
true.
they concocted they even concocted the special tests that actually said, oh, it actually admitted that the UK currency wasn't in a good position to enter the euro, which was brilliant. Yeah. Um, and I think that was the way around, or was it the? No, it was that. Yeah, I mean, I've always called it a Mickey Mouse currency because I don't understand how it's so buoyant and powerful. Who's backing it? Yeah, what's backing it? Um, that's not to say I'm going to be honest here. I am not against a collaboration in business of European nations, a framework, whatever else you want to call it. I'm still an avid supporter of this notion, this idea, make it easy for companies and people to operate in Europe, even travel across Europe, even. Yeah. But not have this great big federal monster there. You don't need it. Like I said, it's an elitist wet dream. I say wet dream on this on this podcast. Yeah,
Dead bollocks. So you
yeah,
should be able
okay,
to.
yeah. A wet dream on it. Yeah, yeah. It's I say wet dream because it doesn't it lets things out, but it doesn't actually achieve anything. Yeah, it's for an end. It doesn't really benefit a majority of the people, only those people with it. Yeah. But yeah, it is a who cares? It's my point. Yeah. But yeah, it is a I really I can't see an easy solution. This is why I agree with them. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to start talking, or somebody's going to have to start talking to the Russians again, because we can't afford this endless war in the Ukraine. If the end game is to weaken Russia, well, it's not
You've
particularly
lost.
working very well in that score.
No, there are countries already jumping out. Czech Republic, Italy, uh, Netherlands,
Hmm.
Germany starting to and ah a little bit. Poland, um, one or two other countries that have Hungary.
Hmm.
They're not contributing anymore. It just seems to be like the UK that is still sending across the drones, and France, who just seems I'm not saying that they're sending anything across, but they're certainly,
cheerleaders.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
They're the ones who's got the pom poms out.
yeah. I mean, and giving gongs to former prime ministers and things like this, you know. Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. Good luck, Germans. We wish you, we're thinking of you, but that's about all we're doing. We won't, we're not going to have a whip round for you.